Hey, what's up, everybody? All right, so we're here for round two of coloring this one page from Cephas. So let's see how it goes. How's everybody doing out there? See, Darren Wagner, what's up? D-Wag, thanks for stopping by and saying hi. Appreciate that. All right, let's get some coloring done. Today was another snow day for me, so just decided to go ahead and do some coloring. Hey, Gingerton says, "Hola, papi." Hey, what's going on, buddy? Yeah, hopefully you found all those pages you were looking for, man. Yeah, yeah, D-Wag is in the house. Yeah, Ginge, let me know if you didn't find any of those pages that I sent you. Probably got another half hour of blatting ahead of me before I get to the fun stuff. I'm probably going to stream for about 2 hours. I'll get into some of that rendering, and that'll be fun. Hope everybody's staying warm out there. It's cold out here in Oklahoma where I'm at. See, Ginge says, yes, fair there. In fact, in the folder, I appreciate you. Awesome. Glad you got him. What project is this you're working on here? This is for Cephas issue number 1. This is my action vampire story drawn by Mario Williams. It's kind of like people have said it's like John Wick, but with vampires. I've never seen John Wick, so I couldn't tell you. Uh, but my brother has, and he told me, yeah, it's kind of like John Wick. He keeps jumping between hot and cold here in Florida. It's annoying. Oh, well, okay. Was that the character from Hollywood too? Yeah, it is actually. He's getting his own mini series, little maxi series, maybe 3, 4 issue stops. John Wick 1 rocks, but the rest kind of bored me. Yeah, I've always heard good things about them, and I would like to check them out sometimes. It's just I haven't had the opportunity to do it. That's all. It's not that I don't want to see it. I just haven't gone around to it. But I do like Keanu. Keanu. Whoa. I think he's a cool dude. Seems like a down to earth, nice guy. even if he does play the same character in every movie, like everybody says, it's like I get it. He doesn't have a whole lot of range, but I like him. See, the story kind of loses its charm after the first one and gets more and more convoluted, but I guess that can happen with sequels. Yeah, there aren't too many sequels that are better than the first one. I would say that it's not the case for Star Wars. I really like Return of the Jedi. And even Indiana Jones. I really like The Last Crusade with Sean Connery. Temple of Doom, not so much. Yeah. Yeah, that's my favorite one. I think for me, just because Luke as a character finally figures out who he is, he's not lost and he's like mastering his skills already at that point. He just comes back with confidence. Kicks butt. Really like that. It was my favorite of the original trilogy as a kid. It had so much cool stuff in it. I completely agree with you. Seeing Luke come back the way he does really makes it feel like the story has progressed. Yeah. Yeah, you see his character growth. Yeah, I love it. That's my favorite Star Wars movie. People can disagree with me, but they'd be wrong. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. The original trilogy movies are classics for a reason. People put down New Hope and Return of the Jedi simply because it isn't Empire Strikes Back. Yeah, I think you're right. Like Empire Strikes Back gets all the praise, and again, there's nothing wrong with that. I just have my personal preference. That's all it is. Personal preference. But it's great storytelling, compelling characters that just pull you in. Or being a kid and wishing I was a Jedi, I focus my attention on the light switch, wanting to turn it off from across the room. Never happened. Just the idea of Jedi's was really cool. We haven't had anything like that in a while. Just a really cool property come along and become part of the zeitgeist of pop culture. I think the closest thing that came to it was probably the Matrix. You ever read any of the expanded universe novels before the Disney buyout? No, I never did. Never did. I heard about them though. Yeah, I did that same thing with sensu beans. Appeared on DBZ. I got some beans from my mom in the kitchen, put them in a small pouch, set it down, and I forgot about it. Oh man, that's awesome. That's funny. Sensu beans. Yeah, Dragon Ball Z was pretty fun. I enjoyed DBZ. Yeah, it's hard to beat the '90s anime era. They really had so many bangers. Yeah, yeah. My brother and I used to watch Dragon Ball Z and Gundam Wing was another one. Hey, what's going on, Mo? Ginge is still alive. Yeah, he's here. Oh man, what a time for me to show up. Yeah, Mo, we're talking about anime. Like, I'll admit, I'm not like the hugest fan of it, but I did appreciate the stuff that I grew up with, like Dragon Ball Z, Gundam Wing, Outlaw Star. What was another one? Oh, what's the one with the Vash's Stampede? Trigun. Yeah, Cowboy Bebop. Yeah, Cowboy Bebop. Yeah, Trigun is the one I was thinking of. Basically, the Adult Swim Tsunami lineup. Yeah, yeah, that's what I grew up with. Like, I used to watch that whole cartoon block they had with Batman the animated series as well in there. Those were good times. It's also one on Fox. I don't know if you saw this one, Ginge, but it was called Escaflowne. That one was kind of like Gundam, but with knights, like knights and kingdoms. It was interesting. Yeah, I've been watching My Hero Academia lately. I know I'm a little late to the party on that, but wow, it's so good and creative. The way the creator took classic American superheroes and reimagined them. I haven't seen that one, but I have heard that it's good. Yeah, I've heard My Hero Academia and One Punch Man. It's another good one. Haven't seen it. More recently, I guess the most recent thing that I've watched that's anime. That's not even real anime because it's. I think it's an American product. It was The Last Airbender. Just watched that series for the first time like a year ago, I think, and that was really good. Like both my wife and I watched it like every Saturday morning. We'd put on a few episodes while we were drinking our coffee, and we enjoyed that. Also, like the live action series. I thought they did a decent job compressing the storytelling. Yeah, Last Airbender with their the redemption arc for I can't remember the name of the character, but he kind of starts off as a bad guy and then becomes a good guy over time. Man, his storyline was really good. Yeah, Zuko. There you go. Thank you. Yeah, the Fire Prince. Prince Zuko. I really liked his uncle. His uncle was awesome. Yeah, it even got us to watch the newer Airbender series with the female Airbender. Can't think of her name, but that was actually pretty good too. It was a little slow to start, but once it got going, it was pretty good. Yeah, that show was lightning in a bottle. Excellent writing and really interesting concept with martial arts elements. Plenty heavy into the bending. Yeah, yeah, and it was really cool. They would kind of level up. It was almost like a video game. They would level up their powers a little bit. Yes, Cora. Thank you. Yeah, that was a great show too. It started off kind of slow because it was just her like using her powers for sport. Like they have like airbender tournaments or something. And so that felt like it kind of cheapened the whole idea of the airbenders or bending in general. But after a while, it kind of grew on me and they got to the life world threatening kind of stuff. So then they're using the powers for good, not just entertainment. Yeah, the show's got a lot of cool ideas. It has some political intrigue going on in that first season. Yes. Yeah. That was pretty cool. That's a pretty good show too. I think there's a new Avatar coming out soon. Oh, nice. Yeah, I know they got two more seasons coming out for the live action. But yeah, that'd be cool to come out with a new like animated series. Nothing beats the original storytelling, the source material. There's a lot of cool lore there to pull from. Yeah, I think the original creators are working on it still. That's awesome. It's good to hear. They've got comics and novels and other media too. Oh, nice. It's awesome. So, how do you and your brother work together? Does one person do the writing for a particular script, or do you all share the writing and our duties together? Um, yeah, it depends on the project. Sometimes I'll write a script for him to draw, and he'll draw it, ink it, and I'll color it. Other times, he's like written his own scripts, drawn his own stuff, inked it, and then I'll color it for him. So it just depends on the project, depends on what we're doing. And then there's other times when we're bouncing ideas off each other and kind of creating both stories and characters together. You know, we have like a weekly conversation where we go over stuff and we kind of talk about okay, where are we at with the projects that we're working on and that sort of thing. So yeah, there's a lot of that. There's a lot of back and forth. My favorite thing is whenever I write something, whether he's drawing it or someone else is drawing it, we'll we'll get together and we'll both read the script together. So like I'll do voices for certain characters and he'll do voices for other characters, and that really helps to hear like what the dialogue really sounds like out loud. If it's making sense. I like it. My wife and I want to start having kids soon, and we want to raise them to work together on business projects like that too, artistic stuff or whatever. Yeah, my brother and I joke around a lot about how we wish my mom had given us a third brother. That way, we could have somebody do the lettering, because that would have been cool. We'd be getting books out faster. But no, that's awesome, man. And the closer they are to each other in age, I think the better. My brother and I are 7 years apart, but we still get along pretty well despite the age gap. We both like a lot of the same stuff. Yeah, my mom really blew it for us. Yeah, we want to get them all as close as possible. My little brother and I are 10 years apart, and it can be tough growing up trying to be close. Yeah, yeah, because there's that age gap, and so you don't always like the same things at the same time. I think being 7 years apart from my brother, um, we weren't so far apart that we didn't like the same stuff. Like I said, we both watched Tsunami together growing up, and we're both into comic books. That's cool, man. I wish I wish I had kids. Just wasn't meant to be for me. Start a little comic book assembly line myself. Yeah, the age gap thing for us was more like when he was really growing up and I was already out of the house. Okay. Married? Yeah. Yeah, I've been married for 16 years almost. Well, man, congrats. That's a while. Well, I hope maybe one day you two can wake up to a happy surprise. Yeah, that would be awesome. So, what's next for you, Ginge? What's your next project? See, I'm 32. My wife is 31. And it's kind of my fault we don't have kids now because I thought I didn't want them when I was younger, but now I realize how dumb I was, and I missed like 10 good years of being a good young dad. Now I gotta be an older dad. No, man. I mean, you're still young. 32. You are young. It was kind of like that with me and my wife. She didn't want to have kids. Um, she felt like she had a rough childhood growing up, and so she didn't want to risk doing that to her kids. So I get it. We all have our traumas. But no, 32, man, you're young. Think about these old billionaires who marry these young 20-year-old women, and they still have kids with them, and they're like 60 something, and they got like a teenager. Like, how did that happen? So you're still young, man. Still got a few years left in you, left in the tank. Let's see, yeah, bro, I'm working on an anthology horror comic I told you about, and I'd love to have a story from you and Justin in an issue. First issue of this book is about one quarter done. Oh, awesome, man. Nice. Yeah, I haven't had much time to sit down and write, but what's the deadline on that? Like, how long do I have to get you a story? I do have a couple of ideas. It was a project I've been working on and off. At some point, Pedro and I did a horror story and have it fully completed for years. So I figured I may as well go forward with the anthology. After releasing the well and sort of stay on brand. Cool. So like you're thinking like next year, you'll release it next year. Yeah, I had an idea um, for your book about this Mexican bandito who comes into a town, tears it up, and kills a witch. And before she dies, she curses him. And he's always drinking tequila with a little worm in it. And he ends up, it's a body horror story. And so he ends up turning into this worm. And so, like, over time, like, his limbs are falling off. Not all at once, it's just slowly happening. Yeah, probably for the first issue, it will be four short stories, one from me and three from other writers. And that will be the format for all the issues. I've got the scripts for the first three books done. Just so, like the Cronenberg's The Fly. Yeah, kind of like that. Kind of like that. But of course, it's going to be somewhat condensed because it's a short 10-page story. So I won't be able to drag out the trauma for too long. But yeah, that'd be cool to see like the guy's limbs falling off. I'd love to have your story and I can swap out one out since it's up to me on the order as far as deadline, whenever works for you, Ed. Okay, cool. Oh man, I love the fly, and that sounds exactly like what I'm looking for, Ben. Awesome, cool. Yeah, I was gonna make it to where he had to get to like a certain well, and if he could wash himself in this well, it would reverse his transformation. But on his journey to the well, as he's transforming into this worm, um, he gets attacked by birds. He gets run over. Like the back half of his body gets crushed by either a horse or like a wagon. Because this is gonna be like take place during Western times, and so yeah, it's just gonna be brutal. Really put him through the ringer. Great work on Halloween. We had too, Justin. Yeah. Ooh, LOL. I love that, and I'm a big fan of body horror, so this is right up my alley. Cool. Yeah, I'll start working on it whenever I get a chance to start writing again, and I'll get it to you, man. It's kind of a horny movie, but did you see The Substance last year? No, I did not. I heard that's good. Is that's the one that the with Demi Moore, right? Yes, Demi Moore and Margaret Qualley, and it's my favorite movie of the year. Not because of the horniness, but it's a brutal body horror flick and just pure horror fun. Yeah, cool. Yeah, I heard good things about it. I heard that it was a really good movie. Yeah, it's funny. I had this idea for that story I was talking about a few weeks ago, and then just last week on Svengoolie, they showed a movie called Hiss with Dirk Benedict, and in the movie, it's about this mad scientist who thinks that snakes are like the best creatures in the world, and so he ends up creating this um, injection, some kind of solution that he injects into this understudy of his, and it evolves him or devolves him into a snake. And so I just thought, oh wow, what a coincidence. But I saw some things in that movie, and I was like, oh, I would have done this, and I would have done that, and I was like, I could do this with my story. Like, there's a scene where he gets into a fight, but he's nothing really dramatic happens other than the fact that he finds out he's lighter than what he was before. But I thought it'd be cool if my dude gets into a fight, and when he throws a punch, that's when his arm falls off. But yeah, it's gonna be totally gruesome. It'll be fun. Justin says, I wanted to see the substance, but I'm waiting for it for free on Hulu or something. I usually like body horror except for Tusk. That one haunted me out for a long while. Never seen Tusk. I love Tusk, lol. It is definitely a heart wrencher, though, because of how inhumane Justin Long is treated. Can't help but feel bad for him. Did you guys see this sadness? No, haven't seen that. What's that about? It's not a rage zombie movie, but it's similar to one in that there's some kind of something going around that can instantly break humans' brains to where they do the most evil things possible. In so many words, but it's definitely the most extreme movie that rage zombies. They aren't zombies because they are still alive and can speak and think. It's just that all of their empathy is gone. That's interesting. What year did that come out, Ginge? I think it takes place in a city in Taiwan, and basically all hell breaks loose, dude. I had to watch it hiding behind my pillow, but it's also awesome. Nice. Came out in 2020, I think, and it's actually inspired by a comic book by Garth Ennis. But the actual comic is getting a movie by the director of The Sadness. Oh, interesting. Have you guys seen Train to Busan? I haven't, but heard it's a good zombie movie. I haven't seen it, but I heard the same thing. Heard that it's a good movie. I haven't seen Train to Busan, but yeah, I've heard that too. Hmm. Y'all seen that one with Schwarzenegger where he's like a father? I think it's called Maggie or something like that. He's got a daughter that's changing. Wonder if that one's any good. I haven't seen it. I'm just curious if anybody else out there has. What they thought of it, if they have seen it. Maggie, yeah. I haven't forgot about it until now. Heard it was good. Yeah, I think it'd be interesting to see Schwarzenegger in a zombie movie like that, especially in a role where it's his daughter that's infected and he's trying to take care of her. Nope, have not seen it. Yeah. There was one called The Girl with All the Gifts. It's supposed to be a little artsy, but I think it's pretty good. Also, haven't seen it. Girl with All the Gifts. That sounds familiar. Was that also like a zombie movie, or is that something different? Also a zombie movie. Okay. The girl can't get infected. Okay. She can only be eaten. So I haven't seen that, but speaking of artsy movies, did you guys see Girl Walks Home Alone at Night? It's a vampire flick. I've not seen that or heard of it. That's a cool title. It is a cool title. I like that. Is she the vampire? Is that the twist? It's all black and white and came out, I think, in 2018 or so. The way they shot it was really cool. And the vampire is this chick who just walks up on people on the street as they're walking and follows them. That's creepy. Yeah, I'll have to check that out. Sounds interesting. All right, man. I think that's going to work. Trying to figure out a way to bring focus to the train without having to do color hold, and I think doing this outline brings a lot more contrast to it, makes it pop. So I'm happy with that. I think I am. Nope. Oh, she popping. Yeah. Share screen. There we go. You guys are watching it, but I just got done watching Resident Alien. That is a pretty fun show. It's kind of interesting how they incorporate like real like UFO lore into it, but it's mostly a comedy drama. With Alan Tudyk does a great job as Alien. Yeah, Alan Tudyk, his Alien impersonation, or I guess the way he acts as the Alien, reminds me a lot of Vincent D'Onofrio's Cockroach from Men in Black, where his face is just like awkward most of the time, and his speech pattern is awkward. Gotta respect another ginger doing it big. Yeah, dude. I'm surprised you haven't watched it. Just the fact that he's a ginger too. I would think it'd be mandatory for you to watch it. Required viewing for all gingers. Anything by Alan Tudyk. I've not watched Invincible, but I know Justin has. He told me the first season was really good. How do you like it, Ginge? Is it a good show? Okay, Justin says, I like the first and second season. This season seems to be missing a little bit of the addictive quality. Ginge says, yeah, bro. I think it's a great show. I haven't read the comic, but I plan on it after the show because I don't want to spoil the show for me by reading it. Yeah. Yeah, I've read the first few issues of it, and I really liked the show or the comic book. It's a really good read. It was just like just basic superhero origin story. Kid doesn't have powers, and one day all of a sudden he has powers. Like I think he knew his dad was a superhero, and he wanted to have powers too. And it finally happens for him, and it was really interesting. And then the little twist, about his father. I'm enjoying the third season thus far, but I do hope we get some payoffs and get back to the Viltrumite War stuff, and they kind of touched on it in the last episode. Hmm. These effing Viltrumite scumbags. Oh wow, awesome. Scripting the same way The Walking Dead is scripting. They get you at the character moments and death scenes that are shocking and feel like they have a lot of weight to them. That's cool. Both series are made by Robert Kirkman. Yeah. Yep. Robert Kirkman. He's a good storyteller. Like I said, I enjoyed the comics. Just haven't checked out the show. Hurricane hit my town in 2018, and we were out of power for almost 2 months. I had borrowed the first omnibus of The Walking Dead from my neighbor. I basically didn't do anything else but read it for 2 weeks. Nice. How'd you like it versus the show? Like, I haven't read the book. I've only watched the first season of The Walking Dead, and it just didn't do it for me. So I didn't keep on. I didn't keep up with it. I got in trouble with my wife. She was like, "Would you put that damn book down?" That's awesome. It's good when a book grabs you like that, though. Oh man, keep accidentally hitting button that kills my screen. Here we go. I enjoyed the book way more. It flows like butter and is a real page turner. The show drags on, it has to fill a time slot, and does a disservice to the book, but it's a good show for what it is. Yeah, yeah, it just wasn't for me. Like, I just I'm not into like all the soap opera stuff. If I want to watch a zombie show, then I want to see zombies. I didn't want to see best friends sleeping with each other's wives or something like that. It's just was not for me. Which sucks because I really do like John Bernthal. He's a good actor. But the real monster is man. You just don't get it. LOL. Yeah. People are the Walking Dead, not the zombies. With the background band. Okay, cool. Thanks. Glad it's working. Glad it's looking good. Um, is this dusk or dawn? Do you color them different? No, no, I don't think I color them different. And this is dusk, like the sun is setting. And the reason the sun is setting is so that we can have our werewolves come out because that's what's coming up. So I'll have the sunset and the moonrise. And that's when we unleash the moon beast. The moon beast. The were monkeys. Where bud? Ain't no rules say a man can't become a dog and then play basketball. Y'all ready for this? Bum, ba, bum, bum, bum. Those Airbud movies were awesome, but Wherebud would be even better. That's a great idea, Justin. Yeah, it is. Wherebud. It'd be a mix between Teen Wolf and Airbud. I would watch that. Like during the game, he eats the other players. Play ball. Ain't no rules say a dog can't eat the opposing team. That's right. All right, guys, I'm gonna head out. Great catching up with you both. Take care. Yeah, you too, Ginge. Thanks for hanging out, dude. It was good chatting with you. Yeah, Bill Cobb's was like the best part of the Airbud movies. I choose you. You gotta just hammer as you scribble. It's so hard because I just like bite my tongue when I'm scribbling. What's going on, Roy? I wish I was better at it. It's gonna take me some time. So what's new with Art of Roy? What are you up to these days? Hmm. Let's see. Set a thought in the mind, then pontificate. Yeah, I know. I just suck at it. Drawing doing a stack of sketch cards based on the old TV show Cheers. Oh, nice. Is that for anybody in particular? Was that just for fun? I always thought it'd be cool to get one of those jobs where you just do sketch cards all the time for Tops. I think Tops used to do that, and I don't know. I just thought that was cool. I was like, yeah, I wonder how much they get paid. And then I found out how much they got paid, which is not very much. And then I was like, well, maybe it's not a full time job. I don't know. Some people probably pay better than others, but I don't know. But yeah, I always thought that was cool. Um, I've already said to. Alrighty then. Already said too much. Is that it? The initial pay stinks, but commissions from the particular sets can garner a good 20, 30 grand a year. Oh, wow. That's awesome. Well, congratulations, man. That's really cool. So here. So Topps just got all the Disney licenses, so Star Wars, Marvel, etc. is on the table. Oh, nice. That's really cool. Yeah, I remember I was really into the Amazing Spider-Man card sets. I don't know if you remember those, where you take like 9 cards and it would just make one huge drawing. And I'd like to do that someday with my characters. I think that'd be really cool. I also have some of those old from Wizard magazines. You get those holographic cards. I always thought those were really cool too. I wonder how much that is to like how much that costs to make. I have to look into that. Well, I think I'm going to call it here an hour and a half. I wanted to go 2 hours, but kind of out of steam right now. So I will continue this either later tonight or tomorrow night. Thanks for everybody that dropped in. DWAG, Gingerton, Justin, Art of Roy. Thank you guys for stopping by. Hope you guys enjoy the rest of your night. Talk to y'all later. Bye.